Hello and welcome to my January rubbish. So, I'm trying to declutter my house and use up my skincare and personal care items. So the first thing I finished was this oil. In here, this is a deep cleansing oil. I really did not like this, but I wanted to finish it and I did finish it. I prefer to use the DHC oil, and in here is a mix of DHC oil and castor oil, and that's how I like to use my DHC oil, because I feel like using castor oil helps with unclogging my pores. So I finished this and repurposed the bottle. The second thing I finished was this retina. I honestly don't know if it works. I know it doesn't cause me any harm, but I don't know if it works because I got so many products on the go. I don't know what is working and what is just there. Would I get this again? I probably would do, but later on in the year, but probably use it just by itself so I can work out if it works or not. So I'm not going to be repurchasing this at the moment. I'm not going to be repurchasing this at all, but carry on with my DHC oil. So in here I had aloe vera gel. I've used aloe vera gel on my face for over 6 years, and I think it works really well for me. When I started using aloe vera gel is because I had bought it for hair and it didn't work for my hair. It was causing flakes. And then I started using it on my face and it quickly absorbs into my skin. And I just carried on using, but when I have stopped using it, I notice my face gets quite dry quickly. So I didn't know for sure aloe vera gel works for me. So I already have another container. I will figure out how to, the container I have is quite big and I don't want to dip my hands into it, my fingers in it. So I'll need to figure out how to use it. So the other thing I used was my tea tree foaming face wash. I said I'll keep repurchasing these, and these are really good. My child and I use these. We really like that. I like the tingling you get from the tea tree essential oil. However, as you can see here, I've got liquid in, and this is actually Castile soap mixed in with some water and tea tree essential oil. And because it's Castile soap, I use this in the gym because I can use this to shampoo my hair, wash my face and clean my body. And I only have to have this one container with Castile soap diluted when I go to the swimming pool. And I've noticed the thing forms really well. So I will carry using these bottles, but with Castile soap in it. So I am not going to repurchase this because this still would be like £6. Yeah, 1 litre Castile soap is like £9. It makes more economic sense. But I will hold on to the bottles and repurpose them. So next thing I used up is this tub of shea butter. I used shea butter on my hair a lot and on my skin when I cannot find my oil. So I finished this up. I'm quite happy with that. I still got a few more to go through. And I'll carry on using shea butter. It works very well for my hair. So this is my husband's product. This is an eye roll-on. And he's currently using one I had bought for myself because I'm really not good with using eye creams. And because I don't use them, I should not be buying them. However, what I do like to use is castor oil. So at night I will put castor oil all over my top eyelid and the eyes at the bottom as well. And I don't know if it works or not, but it does not do any harm. And this is something I use castor oil much more often than I would ever use any eye cream. So I'm going to repurpose this container because it has those. It's easy to apply. I'm going to try see if I can wash it and repurpose it with castor oil. And the final thing I used up was my body scrub, and I'm really happy to use this up. I don't actually use this container. I had to put water in it to get the last 2 uses. So I don't particularly like this container, but the product itself seems to work just fine. So I will be replacing the body scrub with the Dove one, and I will probably carry on repurchasing this one because it probably, if it works, that is, if it's easy to use, then I'll carry on using this one as opposed to getting one in a tube like that. And other things I've made a dent on is this. So I finished the hyaluronic acid, and I repurposed the container to put in some oil for my hair. So this is how much. The oil was a lot. It was almost there, and that's where we are because I've decanted it here. And finally, more progress on the Castile soap because now I found a new use for it. And so this is all the rubbish I have had this time round. Yeah, and I'm hoping we can carry on with this progress. I feel like just being intentional to use up my products is actually helping me to be mindful when I go to the shops, not to bring in products I already have, and also not to buy things on Amazon because I do that a lot, and to actually use the products I have. I've noticed I'm targeting the products with the least amount because I get some sort of satisfaction when I finish something. So this is what I've used up to the end of January. I also forgot to show that my husband finished one of his cleansers. He's already got a new one. He's got sensitive skin with rosacea, so we do not tend to use the same face washes or cleansers. So he's finished this one as well. It's quite a big bottle, and he goes through this quite a lot because he really uses a lot of product. 12th of January, and I've finished that. I'm currently running the bath with it, and also finished my hyaluronic acid. Actually in here was a toner, which I'm going to repurpose this container for my hair oil. 6th of January, and we've already completed some products. And so I've done my deodorant, I've done the spray which I had decanted into here, and this is the new bottle, but I had the toning water which was in the bottle. I used that up, so I decanted this into the spray bottle because that's how I prefer my toning water, and that's what this is here for. I finished one foaming wash, and I finished one bottle of my deep conditioner. So it just tells me just being mindful and intentional with using my product, I'll get there. And as I say, this is 6th of January. So here I'll show you what movement I've had on my credit card. So at the start of the month, I started with about £820. I have made purchases of almost £700. I have to admit, this is not just shopping. I also use my credit card for like parking and childcare as well. However, I was able to afford to pay a whole entire £1,000 towards my credit card. Oh yeah, and there's a lot of Christmas shopping that came in late as well. With a balance into February of £460. However, looking at the purchases, I've just picked out the purchases that go against my no buy ear. So on Amazon, I spent £20, but this was for my iron supplement. Now, I have been anemic before. I am currently not anemic, and I take iron tablets, but they do tend to constipate me. So I've decided to go through the route of taking high absorbency liquid iron, and that is, I'm currently using Floradix. And so that's what that purchase was, and that will carry on. I then spent about £18 on TikTok shop, and this was for swimming, for a bikini. So I've started swimming once a week. I'm taking swimming lessons, and because I've lost some weight, one of my bikini tops is not working. Well, it's threatening to expose me, so I need to get rid of that and get a new one. I only have two, and the other one is not in a good shape as well. So I feel like this is a needed purchase, and once I've got it, I'll be able to declutter one of them. I also went to Costco mid-January for some food. We buy our meat from Costco and spent £165. I also filled my car for £33, which is an essential thing because I do work and I need my car. However, we did go to Superdrug and spent £16, and this was to get Aussie conditioner. So I'm going to the swimming pool. So I use one. I'm only showering in the gym. Well, not showering. I'm only shampooing my hair in the gym, and I do need to carry my conditioner with me. However, my husband needs one as well in the shower, so we are needing multiple bottles. And Aussie came in to buy two for £7. That's what it was, And then our son has cut his hair and he's obsessed with washing his hair. So we got him some Tresemme shampoo, 2 bottles, and my husband got something else which I cannot remember. These are not strictly necessities. We could have just used what we have, or decanted one of the conditioners for me to be able to carry to swimming pool, but it sounded like more effort than it was worth it. But we do have those because of the multi buys. And finally, I did spend £43 with Bamboo Clothing, and I tend to buy my sports bra from them in January because I get a £10 voucher for my birthday. Now, I can argue that I don't necessarily need more sports bra. However, I do work out every day. I've done this for the last 2 months, and I literally just live in my sports bra. So they're not going to go to any harm. And I've also lost some weight, about 6 kilos, so not all my sports bras are fitting in properly. And so yeah, that is what I purchased. In terms of the rest of the purchases in the credit card, I do use my credit card like for street parking. I've been to the theatre in Manchester, so I did the parking there is more expensive, and also for childcare, I put my childcare expenses on my credit card as well. However, we're starting February with £460, which is a very good sum for me. The goal is to have no balance at the end of the month for my credit card. I do have 2 other credit cards and they've been zero balance for a long time. So this is the only credit card I am currently using. And so just for the completeness on my no buy for January, this is the expenses I've had. I very minimally use anything on my debit card. I prefer to put it on my credit card and then pay off at the end of the month. Sometimes I don't clear it, obviously. And so yeah, that is my no buy in January. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know if you're participating in the no buy. Thanks for watching and see you next month.